With reports now of two National Guard members that have been shot in downtown Washington, D.C., not far from the White House. Both members were in uniform, police and ATF on the scene. A police official telling us that a suspect is down. President Trump deploying the National Guard in August, as you may remember, was part of his effort to crack down on violent crime. Violent crime as we're seeing play out right now on the streets of D.C. Let's get right to our Jay O'Brien. He's there at the scene. Jay, set the scene for us. Tell us what you know, and we actually see the scene behind you where police are actively working.
Yeah, Kira, a chaotic and tragic scene here. As you can see, more law enforcement arriving. The scene seems to be congregated around the Farragut West Metro Station, there at the end of the block, just beyond that fire truck. We have seen National Guard in recent months stage at these metro stations as part of a larger public safety operation. And as you can see, we see a number of National Guardsmen who have also arrived here. In fact, our bureau is just a few blocks away. As we were running here to this scene to cover the story, we were running behind members of the National Guard who were sprinting here on their cell phones, trying to get a sense of what was going on. We saw one apparent victim, someone in National Guard fatigues, being worked on by EMS and other law enforcement. We saw at least one of them at the entrance of the metro station, and then we saw another of those loaded into an ambulance, which sped off here with a police escort. Obviously, not much information coming out of this scene. Law enforcement now say they have it locked down, but chaotic here. Another thing we witnessed as we arrived is EMS sprinting to that metro station here. Now this scene has transitioned to be one of an investigation. We've seen federal agents arrive. We've seen tactical units with the Secret Service here, as well as DC Fire, and of course, those fellow National Guardsmen who are here now watching and looking on as this tragic scene unfolds, Kira.
Okay, and I'm continuing to get in new details now, Jay. First of all, this is just heartbreaking. It's Thanksgiving week. This is exactly why the President of the United States put National Guards, men and women, on the streets, specifically in this area, because of violent crime he wanted to see an end to. And now we are reporting that a suspect is down after shooting two members of the National Guard. They were here not far from our ABC News Bureau here in D.C. We're located at DeSales in Connecticut. This is 17th Street and I, if you know it, not far from the White House, only a couple of blocks. You can see all the agencies on the scene, from the ATF to DC Fire, rescue crews carrying out CPR, and obviously members of the National Guard and police. A statement coming from the White House now. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying the White House is aware and actively monitoring this tragic situation. The president has been briefed. Secretary Kristi Noem, DHS Secretary, saying, please join me in praying for the two National Guardsmen who were just shot moments ago in Washington, D.C. Let's get straight to our Chief Justice Correspondent, Pierre Thomas. Pierre, can you tell us anything about the conditions of those two members of the National Guard that have been shot?
Again, we're still awaiting information. Law enforcement officials wanted to first secure the scene, get the victims to medical treatment as soon as possible. Initially, D.C. police were giving guidance that at least one National Guardsman was shot. We've now heard from a second D.C. police official who said two were injured. That official also confirming that the suspect is in custody, with another D.C. police official telling me that the suspect was down. I don't know if that suspect was injured or how badly. Again, D.C. police are getting assistance from Secret Service, other federal agencies to secure the scene. And obviously, what I was told is that at 2:20 p.m., there was an